Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to Mirror Interpretation Todorova. I am Ioana and I am an interpreter, Bulgarian, Italian, Russian and Macedonian for whoever is on the first time on my channel. And from for the people that you guys already know me, I like to create this video where I kind of give a resume of different companies and how they recruit you, how they test you, what to expect. So before the year end, today is the 31st and it's 5 in the evening. I am recording this last video for this year dedicated on one of those company. I will call this video what to expect during COVID. And the reason that I create this video, guys, is because I really want you to know your value and I really want you to know your worth and to be a little bit more realistic about like how precious your job is, and to know what kind of price to request, okay, and not to settle down, let's say, with the first number they give you. I mean, of course, if you have a high school and no experience and no certifications, you have to settle in the beginning. But I'm talking if you have years of experience, if you have some master degree or bachelor degree, if you have some experience as an interpreter. So today I'm gonna talk about company called Transperfect. I know I look pale. This is because I have rouge on me. I'm not so pale. It's the light. It's 5 p.m. but here it's already night. Um, so I'm not sick. No COVID for me. Um, and I'm a little bit distracted because I had a nap after my last appointment this year. I was so tired because it's snowing here and I had to drive real far, so I slept until now. And if you're alone from here, don't worry, you're not alone because I'm here. Uh, I am spending New Year alone, and this is completely fine with me. I'm gonna make myself vin brûlée. If you're guys from French or Italy, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm just gonna have a very good, enjoyable me time. Normally on the 31st during the day, I'd like to just repass my year, like set up my goals again, see where I want to be the next year, and all, and so on. I didn't have time today, but I am gonna eventually do this in the evening before I got drunk. Yes. Anyway, we're talking today about a company called Transperfect. Um, okay, so I will give you the pre-Transperfect, which I had in the beginning of COVID, which was in, I think it was COVID exploded here in Colorado in March. Let's say everybody went so crazy about it. But I think the first time I talked with some of them recruiting department was in April, and it was Russian again. And yes, they test me, and it was a male that talked to me. And after he called me, he asked me, how do you think the test went? And I said, it went all right. He said, yes, congratulations, you passed the test and we're ready to pay you. And they offered me $18 an hour. I don't know if you guys are aware, but as a server you can do more. So I said, no thank you, and I hang up the phone. The same company called me again after probably a week or so, and they said, hi, how are you? And I said, excuse me, sir, I already told you last week I'm not willing to consider this rate. I don't want to lose your time. I just wish you all the best. So the guy tried to, when you sell something in the market and you kind of, especially in Eastern Europe, if you go to Turkish to these markets and they tell you $5, you gotta say like, no, I give you three, and he's like, no, four and a half, and you're gonna be like three and a half. So this kind of situation, maybe the guy was expecting me to do this, but just because the price that he was offering was so low, I just said, no, thank you, sir. I don't want to lose my time. Time is precious. I wish you a wonderful day. And I hang up the phone. and I completely removed them. And today I saw an app, it was last week, I saw an app of this company about Russian language again. And what they did, they were looking for Russian, there was no price, they wanted you to have high security clearance, bunch of requests, right? I did apply, and the reason why I applied, there was a small box below the ad that was showing a company that I provide services for already, and I'm happy to work with them. This company is called United Language Services. So, or group, ULG. So I was like, okay, I really enjoy working with ULG. Let me check out this company. So I applied, and they called me. Not only they called me, but they called me at the time that I requested, normally after 3 p.m. because I have an app on this phone, my cell phone, that it turns off the phone from 6 to 9 or from 6 to 2 p.m., 3 p.m. I provide this language that it turn off my phone only on this line, correct? And I didn't want to give them my other line. So I said, okay, they call me after 3 and we have a conversation, and they said, okay, we would like to make a high security clearance. There was many things that they wanted to do, and I know why, because they're gonna sell my services to the government for a very high price, because I'm very educated, I have many certifications, many years of experience. And okay, wonderful. I know that when they test you, just remember, if they test you and they want a high security clearance, you gotta ask for a higher price. Like, I don't know where are you in life, what's your mental state, but if they're gonna do this to you, for you, why you have to ask the high price? Because if they do high security clearances, guys, these people do money out of you, and I'm not talking about at least double of what you do. They do 3 times more than what you receive from 1 hour of your job. So requesting $30 is not a big of a deal. I know every language have their gap, because different languages have a different hourly rate. But for Russian, 30 is a little bit low, but if you come from the village, you can agree for $30. But I will advise you to aim for 35 if you're not like first experience, right? My first experience with Russian, it was bottle, it was $30. And that was 7 years ago, okay? No, to be honest with you, I take more because I was doing simultaneous, so I was paid daily, but I'm talking here in America. These prices are here in America, guys. So this company asked me all these things. We have an interview. They asked me for my goals, dreams, ambitions, yada. Everything was beautiful. They said to me, okay, let's test you. And I said, okay. They said, what about tomorrow? I said, tomorrow, okay. I already know that there is this company that they want to tell you that you don't speak the languages, so they want to sell you some classes. This already happened to me, so be aware of that. There is some of the testers that will check your exam and tell you that you didn't do well, because they get paid when they find your mistakes. So there is a big game behind it. It's called conflict of interest, especially the people that test other people. I know this myself. I don't want to get into details, guys, but just have in mind that sometimes, even if they like, I told them that this is my second mother tongue, which is true. My father line is from Russia, but anyway, I never been to Russia myself, right? So we chat a little bit, and they scheduled the interview for the 24th, like Christmas, something like that. I was like, okay, we scheduled the interview, and I asked them on what thematic would be, and I was expecting to be like a medical kind of type. They said to me, no, will be financial. Uh, they said to me actually banking and insurance, which to be honest with you was not correct. If you're gonna be tested by them, you gotta know that the interview is insurance. It's like I cannot tell you what exactly is. Okay, one was banking, another one was medical, to be honest with you. So whatever information they give you on the site is not quite correctly about what is going to be the exam, or whatever the hiring person tell you, they kind of don't tell you what it's going to be about, which they should, because let's say I was not medical interpreter, I was financial and business, which I am only, and I did not have any training for medical, and they start asking me to do the medical. The first part of the exam is about 30 to 40 minutes, and the first 20 minutes are only medical. It's like a doctor-patient scenarios, and if you want to know more about this kind of exam, you can click on that box above. You're gonna find there 15 videos about how to pass your bilingual medical interpreter proficiency test, right? So the first 20 minutes were medical, fine, I didn't say nothing, I just did it. And the second part was banking, credit cards, this kind of type of conversation. If you work as an interpreter, you've done it. And the third part, which most of the company doesn't do, and I'm a little bit confused and didn't understand why this company did, but it was something new about me. TransPerfect make a small interview into a test. One part, it was in English. They asked a question in English, and you had to answer in English, and it was related to the profession. What was the most challenging situation when you, what was most difficult for you, what do you think, there are these kind of questions. There were two questions, and then I believe something similar, but you had to respond in the target language, or how, what as the characteristic that the interpreter should have or strive to have, or something like that. And of course I had to respond in Russian, uh, which it was something new for me. But just stay tuned in case you're looking for a new position as an interpreter. This is the new thing, the new twist that they add into this bilingual interpreting test. Like I personally am a little bit ashamed to talk in Russian. You guys know this already, right? So for me, it's like, it was like, oh, okay, that was new. I just went with the flow and I said, okay, if they don't want me, they don't want me. If they don't like my accent. I know sometimes I do some padej problems. It's okay. I said to myself, doesn't really matter. Anyway, a few days went, no news from them. I said, maybe it didn't went through. I don't know. Actually, they called me a few days ago, maybe 2 days ago. Hi, how are you? How do you feel the test went? And I said it was okay. I didn't think I did brilliant. I think it was, I know I'm speaking fluently Russian, and I know that I'm precise in interpreting. So I know that I'm 90% precise. And I'm talking if I interpret really long, and I'm talking if I interpret really, really fast, like 160 words per minute. Because I just did a test, and my score was 90, 95 actually in Russian. This means that I had a very few omissions, and I'm not, my test lasted 1 hour and 30 minutes, and it was simultaneous interpreting 130 minutes legal material, which include a lot of medical and so all these kind of things. And so I did 95% in Russian. So I know that I don't speak bad Russian. Yes, there could be some small mistakes, some points, right? They said to me that it was okay. Congratulations, congratulations. And let me tell you something. When we talk about the price on the interview, the first time they called me, before I even get tested, they asked me about my salary expectations. And I told the person called Sultana that I would like to receive $37 an hour for Russian language. She said, well, they're not all legal. And I said, yes, ma'am, I know it's not going to be all legal, but there is going to be financial, there is going to be medical, there is going to be legal. And I know that if they do high security clearances, they will sell this for a very, very good price. And so I know that asking this price, I'm not even asking half of what they take, because I went online and I think I find their bid contract, one of their bidding contract, and I saw how much they are receiving from the government by different languages. So, said that, I know that $37 is not a crazy request, having in mind how much money they're gonna do in these different types of interpreting that I'm gonna provide for them. They're gonna pay me flat rate, which doesn't really matter. So I said to her, $37 is my minimum rate. So what she did when she called me, great news, you passed the test. I said, thank you very much. I'm very happy. Honestly, I was expecting some kind of a problem from there. I cannot tell you why, but you know, when your guts tell you that something is wrong with this company, and your rate also got approved. And I was like, seriously, you guys approved $37? You didn't try to put it down to 35? You know what I mean? Some company pays me more because they appreciate my education and my service. But I was not expecting this from this company. I was like, seriously, guys. And I said, really? And can we just confirm the rate, please? How much was that? And she was like, oh yeah, we approve you 37 cents. I start laughing and I said, I don't know if this is a bad joke or it's like, are you guys serious? So honestly, I told her, like, first of all, I have 3 master's degrees, I have 7 years as medical interpreter, I have so many certifications and trainings, and you also want to do high security clearance on me, and you want to pay me $18? I was like, are you serious, guys? So what the lady did, which really make me not respect this company, and I will tell you what exactly she did. She tried to pressure me. A lot of these people that she would tell me, no, we have so much interpreters, they're all working for $18, how dare. I say, excuse me, ma'am, even our, like, she start talking about their competition, and she start talking about Siracom, this company right here that I work for them 6 years almost. Oh yeah, even they pay that little, and da 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 da, yada yada yada. And I say, excuse me, ma'am, I did provide services for Siracom for 6 years, and I decide, or we both decide, I was not happy there, to be honest with you, but I received almost $40 for Russian there an hour. Oh, really? Well, other companies, and she tried to nominate other companies badly. I was informed, because this is why I say, guys, do your homework, which means when you apply for a job, have in mind what's your goals, how much you're gonna sell yourself for, what is the minimum price, and have in mind how much the other companies pay. Yes, I know that now during COVID, there is a lot of companies, especially in the beginning of the COVID, that drop the payments and try to take advantage of you interpreter that agree to really, really low rates. What happened? They had a lot of complaints, they lose clients, and now they're trying to pressure the interpreters to agree to lower rates, but want the interpreter to be so qualified. So she said to me, no other. I said, excuse me, so you're trying to tell me that you have other interpreters that work for this amount? Is that full time? Because if they give you full time, a lot of company will pay you 25 instead of 35, but you're gonna have dental, medical, and all these kind of things, right? So I said, excuse me, is that for full time? She's like, no, it's a freelancer position. I was like, okay. So basically, taking out the taxes, this means that if you agree to work for $18, you're gonna get the minimum payment. Like the lowest salary in USA right now is $14.95. So if you think that your level is lower than a cleaning lady, and you agree to this amount, you guys should be ashamed. And if you did agree to this amount, I dare you to request more, because your job is worth more money. Said that, she started pressuring me, telling me that they have other interpreters, that they work for this price, that there are other interpreters. If this is Spanish language is $20 an hour, okay? Some interpreters may provide it for 18. I can understand that the lowest rate for Russian is 34, 35. Some can provide it for 32 or 30. But don't go below 30 if you provide Russian, guys. Like, don't sell yourself so cheap. Because if you go ahead and see how much this company are contracted from the government, you're gonna get angry, like I am angry right now, because this company tried to pressure me. So our conversation about this continue about 45 minutes, and I tell her, ma'am, I respect you as a business lady to a business lady. I am telling you that I know how much, guys, you do from 1 hour of my job, and I don't think it's arrogant to request $37 for this job, having in mind that I'm gonna do the whole job and you're gonna take more than what I do from the same job, which is not kind of fair, right? So she listened to me. She tried to convince me that other interpreters sell themselves for this price. Basically, she pressured me. Really have. I don't like when I'm pressured. And there was this desire inside of me to wish her all the best and hang up the phone. And I explained her, ma'am, I don't really need this position. I love what I do. I would love speaking Russian for you, but I cannot constrict you guys, and maybe you can find somebody with a high school who would get this money from you from a small village with no education that will provide you services for $18. My services are high quality, and I told her honestly, if that's what you pay, I don't want to lose your time, guys. I'm not willing to even like in my nightmare to provide services for this price, right? She's like, well, our interpreters work for this, and there are many interpreters. And I said, you know what? So she tried to pressure me, telling me that my idea is unrealistical. Do you understand? So if it was somebody that hasn't had idea how much the job costs, that haven't seen their contract with the government, that haven't had any information about whatsoever is happening around, would have been. She was really, really pressuring me. I lost respect for this company. This is the truth. So what happened next? I told her, okay, ma'am, you can find another interpreter. I'm not willing to work for this money. I respect everybody is free to give themselves a number or a price. She's like, well, no, we also like quality, yada yada yada, but you know, other interpreters, all I can do is refer to the management. They always say that, oh, I'm gonna refer, I'm gonna make them think about. To be honest with you, I didn't want to deal with this company anymore, and I don't didn't want to know nothing about it anymore, just because they lose my respect. So if you want to be called trans perfect, which is transparency and perfection, you cannot do this when you try to contract someone with 3 master degrees, guys. Are you kidding me? So just guys, having in mind this is happening. These companies are trying to take advantage of you and they're pushing you. And thanks God, I don't need their services. I don't need this money. Yes, I would be happy to make more money, but it's not like I mean nothing is gonna change for me, right? So she pressured me, and then she said, well, we have another candidate. This, remember, they will always twist this with you. Oh, we do have another candidate. She's actually have similar qualifications to yours. I'm like, and I'm thinking honestly, think honestly with yourself, guys. I don't want to brag, but I have 3 master degrees and they are not on this wall. I haven't put them yet because I have to buy frames and they're very expensive. I'm kind of cheap on the frames. I admit this. Maybe you can give me a frame for New Year. I'm joking. But so I like seriously, you're telling me that you were lucky enough to find an interpreter with 3 master degrees that have CCHI, BTG, and have the experience that I have? Like, well, she said to me, yes, the other interpreter have a similar qualifications to you, and she's ready to work for $18. And immediately there is this thing in Napolitanian slang is called oufesu. Oufesu in Italy is like when somebody's come, ну как дурочка по-русски, да? When somebody come from the village and has no realistic idea about how much things cost, right? So I was thinking, really, like if somebody have that much education and they're lazy to check how much their job costs, that's a shame, guys. So I just make this video because I felt so unpleasant and so uncomfortable to talk with someone so dishonest, right? It was really, really unpleasant. And in my head I was like, yeah, they're not gonna give me the rate, it's fine, I don't care. I already had this bad feeling about this company, right? I am like, I don't want to deal with them. I didn't want to talk with them anymore, you know? Guess what they called me I think it was this morning. Yeah, they called me this morning and they tell me, yes, good news, we approved your rate. Like they're doing me some kind of favor. Guess what? The bad, when they said the bad news don't come alone, let's continue with trans perfect policy of hiring, guys. So they said to me, okay, before we hire, we would like to ask you an information. And they sent me this email this morning, to which I haven't responded yet. I'm procrastinating. I will do respond, but it was very unpleasant again. They requested me to name all my clients to them. Do you understand how crazy that sounds? First of all, I tell them, excuse me, guys, I did HIPAA training. I cannot give you the names. I probably interpret for 25,000 people. So I don't know. There's so many. I cannot name them. Second of all, I have to keep them secret. So, so what they told me is that they're ready to hire me, but they want me to prove them that I am willing to be hired as a contractor. And so in order to prove them that, I have to send them my LinkedIn PDF and my pros PDF and my professional business card. I do have a business cards, but they are on my business name. They are not on my personal name. That it says that I'm available to be hired as a contractor. First of all, what I do right on my social media, I could change with a click, right, in a second. Second of all, who is my client? It's crazy to even you guys dare asking me, because I'm not gonna tell you that. And second of all, this is violation of the law, guys. And if some of this, I already know, like I'm starting to work with this company with an idea that I'm just gonna very shortly stop providing services for them. I don't know if you ever had this idea, but I have this feeling about them that is a bad feeling, you know. And so they requested me a bunch of information that has nothing to do with contractor. And I tell them, okay, guys, if you want to hire me as a contractor, if you want to hire me as a contractor, you create a contract for a contractor. If I do 1,000 businesses out of this with other people, it's not your business. I don't have to apologize. I don't have to explain to you. I don't have to give you the names of my clients, because this is crazy as an information request. Anyway, they did request me that, and I'm gonna send them my pros and my LinkedIn, which doesn't say anything like, hi, I am available to be contracted as a contractor. Anyway, I'm expecting them to do some strange twist again. I don't know why, but you see there is this red flags that are happening with this company. But so just for you guys, just you know, also if you go on their website, there is this. I make a small like words here. They had like this training videos about finance. I think they were about 7 or 10. So I not videos, it was audio recording. So they were in English. I just press play and I listen and I interpret consecutively on Russian. And if there was some words that I didn't know, I just write them down in case to repass information. But out of that, I didn't do any preparation. So these audios were very useful. If you see the company website is huge, it's huge. Said that, I hope this video was useful. My phone is getting full. I will update you with more news about this company. Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, and Happy New Year. Bye bye.